bump steer. It's from a handicapper that's real sincere. I'm taking Valentine, cause on the morning line, the guy's got him figured out.
Hello racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Hedsling with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Saturday, October 4th races at Hastings. Scheduled to have some nice weather this weekend. Yep. No stakes races this weekend, Drew, but we do have, of course, following week. We go Sunday and Monday, the holiday Monday, Thanksgiving, and there's a whole pile of stakes races on the Monday, but still we got some good competitive races this weekend. Yeah, looking through the form, there's some really good races this weekend. Let's jump right into it. The first one on Saturday is a maiden 16 for 3-year-olds and up. I've gone to a 3-year-old filly in here. I went to the 4 Xenia. You go 4 back. She just got beat by Farniente, who was a pretty nice filly. Then she ran into Dossaline, Arabelle's Muse, Irish Lyric. Just came back. Last time she ran against Irish Lyric, it came back to just get beat ahead in the Oaks. So she's been tackling tough company. Drops into a $16,000 level, and it is a 3-year-old filly running against older boys, but the older boys in here leave a lot to be desired. There's only two. There's two geldings here and 4 fillies, so it's more of a filly race actually. The only horse is Green Dude is the only older horse. So I put Xenia on top. Amadeo Perez. I think Amadeo Perez will suit this filly. The way he likes to kind of sit off the pace, ask for run. I think that's where she's had her best race of her career. That's what she did, and I think that's what he'll do on her. In the second spot, I put Get Up and Try. Horse has been running much higher. When he ran for the maiden 25 level, he was, just getting beat. Got beat by Flatter You and Bobbly on Ice, and come back. Got beat only a couple of weeks by I Dig That. So even last time, he had to, he broke bad and just got totally left at the start. That wasn't a maiden special weight. Now he drops in, she drops in, I should say, for the $16,000 tag, and I think Get Up and Try is going to have a good shot in here. In the third spot, I went to Barb Head's other horse, Bobbly on Ice, another one that's been tackling much tougher company. She takes the drop to $16,000, gets Richard Hamill. 3, 4, 5 for me, right in a row. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I agree. I've gone to the fillies as well. I've gone to Xenia, Amadeo Perez, who's been aboard this filly in the mornings for some of her prior works. I do know that. Just whatever circumstances, he hasn't been able to ride her in the afternoon. But Xenia looks like she's found a pretty good spot. I'm going to give Pedro Alvarado's runner the 6 Roma Star shot, only because the horse has some speed and the horse will get the lead. I don't know if this horse can only run a half a mile, but if it can be unpressured early and get loose, maybe it can run 6.5. I don't know, but the horse will be the right price. I have no proof to say that the horse will stay the entire trip going 6.5, but I just think that this horse will make the lead, and the price might be right. And I put Bubbly on Ice in for third. But I agree with you, Drew. I think the 4 Xenia is in a very good spot on Saturday. The second race is for $4,000 fillies and mares, going 1 mile and a 16th. This is a non-4 lifetime or non-winners since April, first day of the meet this year. I'm going to go to the 1 Princess Zeta. Really not a clever, there's nothing wise in this race. I think she just finished beating everyone in here and likely going to do it again. Got a great ride from Richard Hamill. Got her out of the gate. She was in play. She sat second off of a slow pace and she sprinted home and won comfortably. I see her getting a similar trip. I don't see any other speed in the race. I think she might even get the lead in here. So I'm going to try her to win it. I put the 3 La Factor Wow. Amadeo Perez, that's a pretty good rider switch, and this horse didn't get the best of trips last time and might be able to maybe turn the tables on Princess Zeta. That'd be my logical choice to do it. And I put the 4 Honey Skila in for third. I got 1, 3, 4. I think those are your horses here in the second. I don't have much to add, Mike. I got them same horses, same order. Princess Zeta just comfortably beat a field that looked she's got a little back class too. She was running back earlier in her career for a lot more money. So
you go back. She won an allowance race over the winter at Turf Paradise. Now she's running for 4,000. She comfortably beat them last time. No newcomers. Same kind of fillies. I got Princess Zeta on top for Barb to win the double. I got La Factor Wow. I like the move to Amadeo Perez there. Exactly. If somebody's going to beat her, it's going to be La Factor Wow. And Honey Skila in the third spot. Like I said, not much to add. 1, 3, 4 for me as well. On to the third, claiming 16,000 fillies and mares. Non-winners at 2. And I've gone to the 6. She'll be a short price. Elusive Lily out of the Anita Bolton barn. Reeled off a couple wins to start the meet.
Tried an allowance race against Champagne Gal and Flatter You, Habida. Then went in the sales stake. Only got beat a couple lengths by Irish Lyric, as we just mentioned, who came back to run a corker in the Oaks. Just got beat ahead, almost won it. Now she drops into the 16 non-2. She's a BC bred, so she fits the non-3 clause. She's going to be a handful. She's going to be a short price, but I see her going to be very tough to beat in here because she doesn't have to have the lead, but she's got a nice post position for it too, where he can break.
Amadeo's got some options.
Right, Amadeo's going to have lots of options. So I got her on top. I went with the one, I dig that, Jon Snow's runner in here. I just threw out her last race. Before that, she was very competitive. She'd been off for a while, came back, maybe needed the race. I'll go back to her. I'll give her another shot. And the third spot, I went to Pat Jarvis's horse, SL Express, claimed for 16,000. The day she absolutely destroyed a field, not a very tough field, but did it comfortably and not a terrible time. Then came back in that same race as Elusive Lily. Now she drops into the 16 non-2 category. I got her in the third spot, but definitely like Elusive Lily, and I dig that. Elusive Lily at a short price, 6, 1, and 5 for me.
Yeah, I agree with Elusive Lily. It looks like she can run it all still. She's going to be very, very tough to beat.
She fits this race pretty cozy.
This is the place to be with her anyway. Yep. She's not a stakes filly. I know the only reason they ran her in there is just because it was a restricted race to sale stakes runners, and those races come up light sometimes. And she's a quality girl, but
she's still got a 68 buyer in there, which towers.
Yeah, and she I don't know how much she wants to run long either. So I think if it was a sale stake going 6.5, she would have been a lot more dangerous. Yeah. But they don't run those for 3-year-olds. But she's back to 6.5. She's your horse to beat, definitely. I agree with you. I put the one, I dig that in for second. I agree with you about her. She ran against the boys last time, and
that's right,
she gets back in against the girls.
Cowie Creek,
that's going to help.
She didn't get beat far by after the conference.
Didn't get the
lead. Came back and won. And
didn't get the lead. Didn't get her trip, and still fought on pretty. I thought she fought on pretty well. Yeah. I know she didn't beat very many horses, but she didn't get beat far at the end of the race, and she kept digging, and I like that. So I'm going to put her in for second. Yep. And I put the 4 Catalia, who also exits that Cowie Creek race, gets back in against the girls after a trip against the boys. I put her in for third.
She gets hammered too.
Yeah, that certainly won't hurt. That's a big rider change. So I went 6, 1, and 4. In the Saturday third, on to the fourth race. We got some $4,000 non-winners at 2 fillies and mirrors going 6.5 furlongs. I'm going to go to the 4, Miss Rose Parade. She just finished winning. Yep. She's been a lot better since the blinkers were added by trainer Tony Colucci. Of course, the company change certainly hasn't hurt, coming down to 5,000. But she won pretty nicely last time. I think she's your horse to beat.
Even when she took the drop to 5, she ran a DS Siobhan, and some.
She hooked into some toughies. Even Be Remarkable's come back to being a pretty good horse. And but I like Miss Rose Parade. I don't love the horse. Far from the best bet of the day, but I mean it's still a horse that looks very good in this race. My long shot play of the day would be the 1 horse Exilda. I'm going to put her in for second. Ran against the boys last time. Didn't get the lead. Chased up some really fast fractions. 21 and 4. 45 and change. That was her first start of the year against Sterling Remark.
In 2 years.
Yeah, and actually in 2 years over Storm Over Sky and Oscar. Those are better horses. Those are way better horses. Yeah. And if that race didn't absolutely exhaust her, because she obviously maybe it didn't, because she's come back to work well in 101 and 2. I just didn't see a lot of speed in here, and I just think if you're going to find a little, a long shot, you have to be a bit creative. And this one might be able to make the front in here. If looking up and down, I don't see a real confirmed speed horse. But I mean, I think she can get fractions a little more comfortable and get on the lead. She might get brave. I'll try Exilda for second. I put the 2 Jag Time Tune. Amadeo rides for Nancy Betts, and they've been very good this year, so I put that one in the mix as well. But I went 4, 1, 2. I think I'm going to play all 3 of them in the early pick 4.
I actually put the 2 on top here, Jag Time Tune. Only got beat a length and a half by DS Yvonne, 4 times lucky. Then she ran an open company last time. I guess they're just looking for a race. She ran into Medea and Golden Ratio, and now she comes back to the non-2 level. I think that'll suit her well, and I think you get leading rider Amadeo with Perez in the irons. That's going to help her chances as well. I put Miss Rose Parade in second. The reasons you mentioned, she looks very live in here as well. And in the third spot, I went with Rodessa. Pedro Alvarado's horse in here. Another one, if you go to race 2 back, just got beat a neck by Find Your Beach.
She'd be my 4th horse for sure.
Very tough mare at this level. Find Your Beach, and then last time she ran to Rachel Run Lady War. They were pretty spread out, so toss that one. That was going long too. Now she gets back to a 6.5 furlong dash. I don't mind Rodessa in here. I got 2, 4, 6 in the 4th. On the 5th, 3-year-olds and up 4,000 and big field. There we go. Big field at 8 in here, and I went to the 8. Wayne Oliver's Michael's Glory. been knocking at the door. Only got beat a half length by Grandpa George for 12.5. Was running into Lorne 500 and Bear Rock and Roll and Lorne 500 again and Hockley and very salty horses. Drops down to 4,000, takes the plunge because it's that time of year. He's your horse to beat in here. I really like him in here, Michael's Glory. The second spot, I went with Chapel Boy. Nice win, 2 back. Then Balgobin took over last time. For Amadeo Perez. Now Amadeo gets back aboard for Hall of Famer Harold Barabee, and he's a hard-knocking little horse. He always seems to land in the money, and I don't mind Chapel Boy. And third spot went Wide Boss. Dieter Bell's horse just got beat a neck last time, an unlucky loss to Game 7, who came from the clouds and clipped him right at the wire. He's definitely live in here too. I got 8-3-5.
I got the same 3, Drew. I have nothing really much to add. Michael's Glory on the big class drop. This horse has to be respected and be very tough. If he doesn't win, Chapel Boy he makes sense. There's a lot of speed in the race. Amadeo was aboard for the win, as you mentioned, 2 back, and Wise Boss ran a winning race last time, but as you mentioned, just got nailed at the wire. And Step Up would be the 4th horse. I respect this horse and the connections. Would be surprised to see that one run a little bit today too. So, but I went 8-3-5 on the same as you in the 5th. On to the 6th race. $5,000 claimers going a mile on the 16th. Ended up on the outside at number 9, Super Steve, making the class drop again, down for $5,000. Did win 2 starts back with Amadeo Perez aboard, and it's going to take a big run from someone to beat this horse. He's a pretty cool dude. That
going for his 16th win.
I know he doesn't need the lead. He's better with the lead, but I mean he can sit 3rd, especially against these kind of horses. If he does. I wouldn't be discouraged by the 9-hole. It actually gives Amadeo a few little, some options if he breaks a little slow. But Super Steve's live in here. I put the 5, Talkage Charm, because there could be some pace in here.
Yep.
He's not the most consistent runner. You kind of have to close your eyes and hope that he runs well, because sometimes he does and other times he just is awful. And but the horse can run and he can win at this level.
Yep.
I give him the 2nd spot, and I put Minstrel's Time, who was given a spectacular ride by Richard Hamill to win last time. If he can pull off another dream run up the inside and the angle out, then this horse will be dangerous again. But he's not as good as Super Steve. He's probably not as good as Talkage Charm, but he may get a good trip. We'll see. But I went 9-5-3.
I agree with Super Steve on top. He
class of the race.
Yeah, as I mentioned, going for his 16th win. He can sprint, he can route. Anytime he takes a drop, he seems to win. He gets Amadeo Perez. Super Steve, definitely your horse to beat in here. I put Minstrel's Time in the 2nd spot. He's a tough old horse too, and he can jump up and win at the right time.
Richard rides him well.
Richard does ride him really well, and obviously him and McPherson batting 40% together. Don't want to leave those guys out.
He rides a lot of them well.
Yes, he does. You don't want to leave those guys out together. So I put him in the 2nd spot. The 3rd spot, I went to Mike Anderson's Lucky Molly Minor. Just got beat a neck last time. Got clipped right late by Minstrel's Time. Jeff Birmingham suits this horse well. Jeff Birmingham heating up a little bit. Good to see jockey Jeff.
Jeff's riding well.
Winning a few. And I got him in the 3rd spot. I went 9-3-8 in the 6th. On to our 7th and final event. Fillies and Mares Maiden 5,000. Looked over this race a lot. I ended up going with the 1 Silver Pursuit. Jody Rawson having a decent year. Gets Richard Hamill on this one. Hamill probably could have some other options in here, and he lands on Jody's horse, and they do very well together. 29% together anytime that Hamill and Jody Rawson hook up. So in a race that looks kind of murky, I went with Silver Pursuit. The 2nd spot, I went with Terra Strip. A decently bred little filly out of the Barb Heads barn. In a race like this, I'm going with a horse that maybe hasn't proved that it belongs at this level or struggles at this level. So speaking of jockey Jeff, Barb Heads legs up jockey Jeff Birmingham in here. So I'll give a shot to Terra Strip. I like that she's on the outside. Give her a nice easy run for her first trip, and maybe she can try and light the board a little bit. And the 3rd spot, I went with Jamila. The Phil Hall barn, 2 starts back, just run 3rd behind Be Remarkable and Miss Rose Parade. That was a decent race, and last time, was in against Miss Rose Parade again, and just kind of was up near the lead and kind of fell apart. But I'm going to throw that out. Gets Keyshawn Balgobin, another rider, going well right now. So I put her in the 3rd spot. I went 1-9-2.
Yeah, this is one of those like skullbuster races
pretty
where
murky,
you can sit there and handicap for an hour and a half and just.
I mean, a trainer I always pick is Tracy McCarthy. I left her horse out of here.
I ended up on the one Silver Pursuit strictly because of the connections. Hamill, there won't be much of a price, but I just think Silver Pursuit, will likely get a good trip and a good ride from the rail. Got beat by Portray Your Vision last time, who is the horse that can win today.
Yeah.
But Silver Pursuit, you're right. Hamill and Jody Ross had a great year. Kai's Command. They won a pile of races with that horse together. But I'll try that horse to win it. Put the 7, Portray Your Vision. The horse has got a lot of form. It's 0 for 100, it seems, but still the horse ran well last time. Good second to Miss Rose Parade.
She's been knocking on the door. Yeah.
I don't know why all the rider switches like Hamill and Fuentes. Maybe that may change by the time I got Hamill on Silver Pursuit. And Fuentes on Portray Your Vision, and they've flip-flopped and they both ran well last time. And I put the 5 I put Macho Woman in for third, just Amadeo Perez and Tracy McCarthy. That was the only reason. But just a race that where Terra Strip the 9, just the horse that hasn't proven it can't run yet, and it's got some decent work.
That's why I put it in the second spot. That 48.
You never know.
Like a 48, a 101.
Horse can run in 119. The horse will be there.
101 for this category is pretty good for a first-time starter. David used on the Lasix program. I put her in.
I went 1, 7, and 5 in the 7th.
But you're going to want to take a few.
Yeah, that's a tough race. That'll do it for our analysis of the 7-race program. Up next on screen will be a quick recap of our selections. Back in race number 1, I went to the 4 horse Xenia. I'm going to go 4, 6, and 5. Race number 2, I went to the 1 Princess Zeta. 1, 3, 4. In the 3rd race, I went to the 6, Elusive Lily. 6, 1, and 4. In the 4th race, number 4, Miss Rose Parade. Over the 1 and 2. The 5th race, the class dropping number 8, Michael's Glory. Over the 3, Chapel Boy and the 5 Wise Boss. Race 6, 1 to the 9, another class dropper, Super Steve, getting back into near his winning level. And the 5's Talkett's Charm for 2nd, and the 3 Minstrel's Time 3rd. And the 7th, I went to the 1. Silver Pursuit, 175.
Up next are my picks in the first. There we go. In first, I agree with Mike on number 4, Xenia, over the 3 and the 5. In the second, I'm again with Mike. We got the Barb Heads Daily Double. Number 1, Princess Zeta, over the 3 and the 4. In the 3rd, I went to the 6, Elusive Lily, over the 1 and the 5. In the 4th, I landed on the 2, Jag Time Tune, over the 4 and the 6. In the 5th, I went with number 8, Michael's Glory, over the 3 and the 5. In the 6th, we got a lot of the same horses today.
Yes, we do.
A lot of chalk today. In the 6th, number 9, Super Steve, over the 3 and the 8. And the nightcap, number 1, Silver Pursuit, over the 9 and the 2.
All right, we'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to Handicapper's Corner. Don't forget, if you're tasting, get down there. If you're having your favorite beverage, get the old the selection sheet.
Yep.
And as well, it's got the 2-for-1 Derby coupon on there, which is quite valuable. And so if you're
it's free.
And it's free. That's the key part. And
the beer is not, but our picks are.
Yeah, they're going to charge you handsomely for the beer. But if you can't make it out to the track, please do come out here to the Derby Bar and Grill. Drew will be here along with Chef Andy, and have lots of food specials going on. The simulcast will be great. Actually, a great simulcast day. I think Keeneland's up. It's a big day.
As we're starting to take the road toward the Breeders' Cup too, there's a lot of prep races for the Breeders' Cup. So definitely, it's a great time of year for simulcasting, and we have them all right here at the Derby Bar and Grill.
All right. Once again, thanks for tuning in to Handicapper's Corner, and we'll see you next time here at the Derby Bar and Grill.
Friend of mine, and just a minute, boys, I got the feedback.